Hello everyone and welcome back to Liz and Books. And in today's video, I'm going to be reading some thriller books that my sister picked out. But also I just wanted to show off my I'd rather be reading shirt that my mom got me actually. And I love it so much and I feel like it's perfect for the video. But yeah, so I got five books that she picked out for me that I'm going to try to read this week. Today is currently Wednesday, so I'm going to try to do it from Wednesday to Wednesday. And she did pick out this book for me called Awake by Natasha Preston. And I ended up giving this one 4 stars. I read it in about a half a day, and I really liked it, and I kind of liked the overall weird vibe. So basically, we are following this girl named Scarlett, and Scarlett does not remember anything before the age of 4, so like 4 and under, she has no idea. But basically, you as a reader can basically tell that she was in a cult. And then we also follow, sorry, give me one second, it's been a while since I've read it. We also follow this character named Noah that's getting introduced, and you basically find out all the lore that happened to Scarlett when she was 4 years old and under. But from the very beginning, I kind of liked the vibes, and I knew something was off about Noah, the main guy, getting introduced, but I really liked it. I liked how they both definitely grew up with different lifestyles, different religions, different ideologies, and they basically Noah it was like, oh wait, I do actually have feelings for this girl, and maybe what we are doing in this cult isn't so good. So yeah, I give it a 4 stars, and I basically read it in a day. I didn't finish it, but I read it in like 2.5 of a days, and yeah. So I just basically swapped out this book for another Natasha Preston book, so we will see when that comes up. And the first book I have that she picked out is The Cabin at the End of the World by Paula Tremblay. I don't know a lot about this other than basically what the movie trailer has to say about it, and even then I don't know that much about it, so I'm really excited to read this one. And next we have The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, and I am so excited about this. I've been wanting to read this forever, so mark my words, this book will be read this week, and hopefully so. And then we have You Will Be Mine by Natasha Preston. Yeah, this is a book that I swapped Awake out for. My sister, when picking out said books, said that this one wasn't really all that interesting to her, but I just picked out this one because it's by the same author, and I am really excited to read it. And I think it's really cool that she actually started out as a Wattpad author. I think it's really cool, and people hate on Wattpad all the time, but I think it's cool. And then we have She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica. This one seems really interesting. It seems like this nurse kind of gets mixed up in this patient's life, and she's not so sure, and it seems like her and her daughter are gonna be basically may be attacked by said things that's happened. So I'm really excited. And then we have a book by Joy Fielding called All the Wrong Places. I actually picked this up at a Goodwill, but I'm really excited to read this one because it just kind of seems like it's about online dating, and then these characters are connected. I don't know if they're going to be going after the same guy, and one guy just happens to swipe on one of the girls, but it's marking her countdown for her to die, so I think it's going to be interesting. Alrighty, and with that being said, I'm excited to get to reading. Hello everyone, I am back with some reading updates. So on Thursday, I ended up starting the audiobook for The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, and I'm going to be giving this one a 4 stars. I really liked it, and I thought it was like an interesting premise that it's basically about this gay couple who adopted a little girl and they go to this family vacation, and they just want it to be a relaxing weekend. And basically 4 strangers come with these weird weapons and weird energy and wants to break in their cabin, and they basically say that they have to make a decision or the world will basically collapse and all these apocalyptic things will happen. And I personally really liked it. I think it's like an interesting take on like whether or not you should believe it. It explores like religion between the two people, and it's so good. And yeah, I really liked it. And Leonard, he has my heart a little bit because you can tell the 6 strangers or the 4 strangers that are coming into this don't want anything to do with it and are very frightened and scared to be doing said acts upon this family. And yeah, it's so good. Anyway, yeah, so I'm really excited that this was my first introduction to Paul Tremblay. I also have a book called Horror Movie by him, so I'm really excited for that one as well. And then also on Friday night, I ended up reading and finishing an audiobook off of Libby. I ended up borrowing it. It's called Signed, Sealed, Dead, and it's by Cynthia Murphy. And I'm also giving that one a 4 stars. So the premise of that book is this basically this American guy ended up marrying the main character's mom, and they move from England to America, and basically she meets the neighbors and they say that the house is haunted, and she's like, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. And it's a lot about secrets and lies. And the reason why I'm giving this one 4 stars is I feel like I was able to kind of predict the ending, which I don't have a problem with, but I feel like it was just kind of obvious what was going on. Now, I didn't guess like the secrets part or like what ended up happening to the said 2 missing girls, but yeah, basically the murders happened in the 90s, and then when this family moves back in, the murders start taking place again. And it was really interesting. It kept me hooked. Like, I stayed up till 3 a.m. when I should have reading said book. So I'm really happy that I read it, and yeah, I really enjoyed the audiobook. And with that, I give it 4 stars. And I'm planning on continuing to read. I really want to read The Only Good Indian, so I think I want to try to read that one today. Today is currently... Yeah, so anyway, today is Saturday, and I'm going to continue on reading. I really want to finish The Only Good Indians, but I don't know. Unfortunately, all the audiobooks are taken up by the library, which is fine, because that's like basically how I'm digesting these horror like novels so fast. So I just listen to the audiobook in one sitting. But yeah, I had a lot of fun listening to this audiobook and listening to the audiobook of Signed, Sealed, Dead. I thought that one was really fun, and I'm excited to check out more of Cynthia Murphy's work. And with that being said, I'm going to get back to it. So on Saturday and Sunday, I did not end up reading anything, but on Monday, I ended up picking up You Will Be Mine, and I finished this in one sitting. It was so good. So basically, the premise of this is this. Yeah, so the book started off with saying, roses are red, violets are blue, watch your back, I'm coming for you. And basically, this follows Lila and a group of her housemates that live off their college campus, and basically they get that note on before Valentine's Day, and their friend doesn't come home one night, and his name is Sonny, and basically her and Lila and Chase find him in their edit. They find him in the editing suite, and from there it just takes place. Now, I gave this one a 4 stars. I feel like this is my favorite Natasha Preston book that I've read so far. I think I like that they were in college and like they were out and about and like just doing anything. But I will say the police were an absolute joke in this book. Like, they did nothing right, I feel like, and did not keep any of those kids safe. Alrighty, and next I read She's Not Sorry on Tuesday, and this one's by Mary Kapika, and I read the Good Girl by her, and I really liked this one. I gave this one 3 stars. I feel like I just guessed too many of the plot points, but this one follows a nurse named Caitlin, and basically it's just unraveling a bunch of stuff that's happening, but they basically get a new patient in, and it's said that she has jumped from this bridge, and it's a suicide attempt, but then they find out that someone may have actually pushed her. And then there's also another plot line in here where she meets a high school friend, and another plot point with this guy going around like invading in these women's home and just like stealing things from him. So yeah, I just feel like there was too much going on in this one for me. I don't know why, but it wasn't as good, and I kind of guessed all the plot points, and yeah. And it's also known that she has divorced her husband, and so she's like a single, not a single mom, but she has her daughters most of the time, and so there's just that going on, and I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. And I'm also going to be putting in a clip from the fireworks show that me and my friends went to, but I decided to mute it, the volume on it, so it wouldn't just like blast everyone's ears. Slash they did play music, and I don't know if you can hear it in the clip, but I don't really want to be copyright claim. And I wasn't able to get to The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, but I am planning on doing that for another huge video project, so I'm really excited about that. And with that, my sister has picked my thriller reads for the week, and I was able to read, I believe, 4 to 5 books, so I'm really excited about that, and I want to get back into reading and filming videos. So with that, bye. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.